over the summer. Apparently, yeah. That's just what I saw. I'm not sure. Oh, is it? Yeah. I feel like it's like, I feel like sometimes the wet, like the rain in the summer might be a good thing because of the fires, but also just like, I want a little warm, I want a little sun. So, yeah. Oh, yeah, with flooding too. Yeah. It's a long series, still. If I know that he's doing that, I will just make sure we can do that. No, you're good. Thank you. I wouldn't want to stop you. Good. Well, you're telling her. I should have fixed that. Yeah, usually like yeah. You look like it's well, working out. I missed like 3 weeks. Yeah. And it's too fine. No. Yeah, it was. Big months. But it's slowly. Yeah. Yes. Christian just wanted to get that for us. Yeah. Darn, no Zen music. Is Emily okay now? Yes, she's fine. Oh, Jeff was just away all week, so if somebody is sick, back to work business is no good. Yeah. Who did you do it before? I'm pretty sure it's actually in the spot.
Yes.
Really? Yeah.
Oh, what's that?
He subbed for Emily at the camp class. I'm so sorry. I like there's muscles that I didn't know.
That is so. Let's see what you see. We'll keep that to ourselves. Squish it on.
Yeah,
Squish it on. Squish it on. Where's my yellow one?
That feet.
Socks are fine. You're welcome. And once you're front and center so they can see your form. Yeah, me too.
I'm feeling so cold. I just have a little sleep in it. Right. Little cry.
Front and center. Okay. Is this on? Oh, we're recording all of this. That's perfect. Okay, guys. Everybody ready? You're the only friend you need to go to lunch for. Okay. I'm running. No, this leg thing that you. This one that you. Yes. Oh yes. 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 I did that too actually, and I was feeling that. That's hilarious. You were really yes, of course. Okay, we're gonna start on our mats, guys. So just have your weights handy. Weights handy. Have your squishy ball. Remember, not too heavy of weights. Just start with your squishy ball. Get by your side. You don't need anything to start with. Just make sure everything's kind of within arm's reach. All right. And then last couple of bells to get started. I'll talk you through neutral while everyone's getting set up. So just have your hands down by your side, palms face up, feet about hip distance apart. Make sure you can touch your heels with your fingertips. All right, so they're not too far out in front of you. And then just take a couple of nice big breaths. With your inhale, think of your rib cage widening to the sides, and with your exhale, think of your rib cage tightening up around your center. Is gone. Oh, wait a minute. Rib cage tightens up around your center as you exhale. Go for a couple like that, really letting your ribs widen for those inhales. And then exhale again, those ribs tighten up that little bit. We want to try and maintain that kind of tight rib cage, like you have a corset around your ribs as you're working. And then think about what's happening with your shoulders. Your shoulder blades should be flat against the mat. Your collarbones are wide in front of your body. Neck is just nice and relaxed. You're gazing right into the ceiling. And then, your ribs back down to pelvis. So your pelvis is neutral. So when we say that our pelvis is neutral, it is not pressing, your low back is not pressing down. Your low back is not like fully in an arch, but you have a little bit of space behind your lumbar spine. So just that little bit of space should feel comfortable, shouldn't feel any tension. And then that's where we kind of want to remain as we work here. So just to start, keep all of those bits together. You're just going to float your right knee out to the side. So your right knee will open. Nothing else in your body changes. Maybe you can only go a few inches. Maybe you can go all the way down. It doesn't matter at all. Your left knee is pointing straight up to the ceiling, and then just slow bring that right leg back in. Do the right side again. So you're going to open your right knee out. Don't let your left one open out the other way. And then slow pull that right leg back in. So now start to think, we're still only moving our right leg. think of engaging those left obliques as your right knee opens out. So left obliques working as your right leg opens to the side, your left knee is pointing straight up. You haven't shifted your weight to the right side, and then you're gonna pull that right leg back in. So many things to think about, right? So right leg is moving, essentially the rest of your body stays completely still. And then in one more like that. Opening out, your left knee isn't opening further, is it, Christian? Back in. One more, open that right leg out to the side. Bring that leg back to center and stay. Now from here, your right knee is gonna stay pointing up to the ceiling. Your left is gonna open. So again, just start letting your body move naturally. You'll feel as your left leg opens, either your right hip is going to want to lift off the mat or your right knee is going to open wider to counterbalance you, right? Try not to do either of those. Keep the right side body heavy as your left knee opens. So again, maybe it's just a couple of inches. Doesn't matter at all. Stability is the key. So your body is staying completely still as your left knee opens out and as it pulls back in. And again. Inhale as your leg opens, exhale, pulling back in. So when you bring the stability element into it, it brings this exercise from just kind of letting your leg flop around and then pulling it back in to a core exercise. So your core is stabilizing as that left leg moves. So one more like that. Lefty opens out, the right knee stays pointing up to the ceiling. Nice and controlled, pull that leg back in and stay. Now from here, let's bring our hands behind our head. So elbows can have rock the mat a little bit. Inhale, nod your chin, just gently looking down, just slightly, and then exhale, come up to flexion. So when you're up in flexion, your tailbone is tipping away from you, right? You're not here, you're not here, you're just neutral. Your ribs are tight around your center. Let's see if we can get a little bit higher so our ribs get a little bit closer to our hips. Glutes are relaxed, right? Do you feel your glutes squeezing? Try not to. Keep them nice and relaxed. And then slowly come back. You're working all the way down until the back of your head touches the mat. Take a breath. And then let's do that again. So tuck that chin gently. Exhale as you feel forward. Your head is heavy in your hands. Slow and controlled. Glutes are relaxed. Pelvis is still. Come all the way back. So as you're coming up, really think about your ribs. Your lowest couple of ribs. Slide down towards the top of those hip bones. Nothing changes below your belly button. And then slow and controlled. Let's come back. But one more, we're going to stay up. This time, tuck your chin, exhaling up. Now stay. Okay, so back to those legs. You're going to open your right leg out to the side. Don't let your left one move. Your left hip stays heavy, so it's left obliques. And then your right leg pulls back in. Now alternate. Left leg opens, your right knee stays pointing up, right hip stays heavy. And then slow and controlled, bring it back. Now add some upper body. So you're up, your leg is gonna open, your right leg opens, upper body comes down slightly, exhale, curling up. And then go left. Opening out upper body down slightly. You could just do the legs if it's too much with your upper abs, doesn't matter. Right leg out, left knee stays square to the ceiling, and up. And left. Inhaling back. Curl back up. Go two more each way. Now notice, are you working here when you're coming back? That is work. This is actually the hardest point right here. You're curling up, you're still working. Going back, this is work, this is work, this is work. Hardest point, and then exhale, back up. Again, control. Last one on the right. Controlling back and up. Last one on the left. And all the way up. Stay at the top and then melt your upper body all the way down and take a breath. Guys, okay, grab your ball. Pop it between your inner thighs. Make sure those weights are handy. All right, so feet again, make sure you can touch your heels with your fingertips just about the distance apart with your heels. We're gonna come into a little hip roll. So when we roll up, we're gonna press our lumbar spine down to the mat. Then we'll press into our heels as we lift our hips nice and high. So holding when you're up there with your knees reaching away from the top of your head, your waistlines are nice and long. melt all the way down to your waistline. Will shorten as that spine presses down to the mat. Come all the way down. You'll end up in neutral. Stay when you're there, and then do that again. Belly button to spine. Press that lumbar spine down. Press into your heels. Feel those glutes and hamstrings working as you lift. Take a breath at the top, and then again, slowly articulate back down. So just getting some movement through our spine all the way back to neutral. We'll do 2 more like this. Belly button to spine, press through those heels, lifting nice and high. Nice big breath. Slowly melting down. Let each little vertebrae touch down one at a time until that tailbone touches. That's the last piece. Last one, let's come all the way up. Press through those heels, lifting your hips up. And then stay. Okay, so now from here, give your inner thighs a little bit of a squeeze around that ball. So really squeezing from the inside of your legs. Try not to let those glutes squeeze together, and then slow little release with your inner thighs. So again, squeezing in, keep working as you release. Don't let your legs just bounce out. You're working to squeeze and release. Now feel if you can connect to your core as you're squeezing those inner thighs. Inner thighs and abs working together here for 5. Squeeze, abs, keep it. 4. Use that breath if you need to, or if you'd like to. Last 2. Constant pressure through your heels, knees constantly reaching away from the top of your head. Last 1, squeeze nice and tight, and then slowly roll all the way down. Come to neutral and stay. Now grab your weights, reach your arms up. All right, so arm bones nice and heavy in your shoulder sockets. Think about your collarbones being wide, shoulder blades still flat against the mat. Start by opening your arms wide. So when your arms are wide, your collarbones are wide, right? Your ribs may have opened out slightly to the side. Let's try to keep that corset around our ribs. Don't let your ribs go. Arms back to the ceiling. Shoulder blades stay flat against the mat. Collarbones are still wide. Do that again. Really feel that nice openness across your chest. And then press right back up. So shoulder blades stay flat against the mat the whole time. Don't let them lift. 1 more like this. Just open wide. Press back up and stay. Now let's go overhead. Arms are going to reach overhead. As your arms reach, your back wants to arch, your ribs want to lift. Don't let either of those things happen. Ribs stay tight around your center. Arms reach, ribs stay hugging around your body. And up. Again, arms reaching. Keep that gaze right up to the ceiling. Don't let your chin and your neck lift off the mat. 1 more, reaching. Press those arms back up to the ceiling and stay. Now you're ready. Belly button to spine. Press through your heels. Lift those hips. Hands are shoulder distance apart. You got it. Arm bones heavy, right? From here, drop your hips down low. Your body comes down in one piece like a plank, and then press your hips back up. So inhale as you come down, and exhale as you press. Now add arms. Arms open out. Press through your heels. Lift those hips. Inhale down, exhale, press. Squeeze those inner thighs as you lift. About 3 more here. Press. Last 2. Exhale, pressing up. So 1 more. Press right up, hold at the top. Reach your arms overhead, keep ribs tight around your center, roll all the way down. Come right back through to neutral. Arms back up to the ceiling and stay. All right, belly button to spine, press through your heels, lift those hips up. Holding here. Okay, so you can do another set with both legs down. If you want an extra little add-on, let's lift our right heel. So you'll shift your weight into your left leg. Keep your right toes down. Left glute has to work a little bit harder as well as your left obliques. Can you straighten your right leg out in front of you? Hold when it's out there. So take a nice breath. Inner thighs are squeezing, right? Open your arms out. And then press back up. Don't move your body. Keep those right toes reaching. Open. Squeeze those inner thighs a little tighter as you lift. Go for 3. Go for 2 if anyone feels their back. Bring that right foot down. That's totally fine. Last 1. Exhale up. Stay. Pop that right foot down. Roll all the way down to the mat. Come through to neutral. Take a breath. We're going to come back out. Belly button to spine. Press through those heels, lifting nice and high. Again, reaching knees away from the top of your head. Little squeeze with your inner thighs. Lift your left heel only. Feel that right heel and right big toe press deeper into the mat, and then you'll extend your left leg. Stay in there. You ready? Keep those toes reaching. Arms for 5. And press. Squeeze those inner thighs. Fixate, lifting 4. And squeeze. 3. Last 2. Keep reaching. Nice long waistlines. Last 1. Press on up. Lower your left. And then melt all the way down. Right back through the neutral. And stay. Lovely. Pop those weights down by your sides. Ball is going to go underneath your feet now. All right, so palms can face up. Your neutral still, right? Back of your rib cage is heavy. Front of your ribs drawn together. Pelvis is nice and still. Upper body is going to stay quiet. Let's just let our feet be a little bit light on top of the ball. So have more toes than heels on the ball. Ball puffs up just slightly, and then from there you're going to roll it away just a little, couple of inches. Squeeze your inner thighs together, keeping your feet light as you pull back in. So as your legs move away, your back wants to arch. You're not going to let it. Keep those ribs tight around your center, and then right back in. So notice as your legs move away, if you feel tension in your back, let your feet be a little bit heavier. Maybe don't roll the ball as far. If you feel your neck starting to arch off the mat, same thing. Don't go as far. Don't let your feet be quite that light. You want to feel those low abs working as your legs just move that little bit. And in one more like this, roll away that little bit. Pull back in. And stay. Let your feet be heavy. Hands up in your head. All right, head is heavy in your hands again. Tuck your chin, gently curl up, looking towards your thighs. Ribs tight around your center, right? Your lowest couple of ribs have slid down to the top of your ankles. Bless you. Now from here, you're gonna lift your right leg up to tabletop. Stay right there. Now reach your right leg long. And then bring it back in. Okay, so you can, this is option 1. If you feel your back, let your left foot be heavy, totally fine. If not, try and keep it light. Now add upper body if you want for option 2 in. Just the leg, or add that upper body back and up. Remember, back is not a break. This is work, this is work, this is the hardest point right here. And then it's still work all the way up. Go for 4. And curl. Go for 3. Remember, if you feel your back, let that left foot be heavy. Last 2. And up. One more leg, thin back, don't let everything go, all the way in. Lower your right, lower your upper body, let your feet be heavy. Take a breath. Same thing, other side. So again, tucking your chin, gently exhale as you curl up. Stay there. When you're ready, left knee up. Stay there, so your right foot stays light unless you feel your low back. Reach your left, and then pull it in. As you reach your leg, nothing changes in your body, right? Abs deepen, that's it. Add that little bit of movement if you would like, reaching and curling. Reaching long and in. Use that breath. Keep your right foot as light as you can, as long as you're not feeling your back. 3 and right up. Let's go for 2. Reach. And one more here, reaching. Come right on in, lower your left, lower all the way, and take a breath. Good job, guys. Pop the ball up to the side. Feet back to about hip distance apart. One more set of these hip rolls. So let's go back, belly back towards your spine. Press through your heels. Lift those hips nice and high. Knees are reaching away, right? Slowly melting down. Keep pressure through your heels, come all the way to neutral. Nice big breath. And then let's do that again. Belly button, spine, press and up. Slowly melting down. On the next one, we're gonna stay at the top. All the way up. Holding here. Okay, so extra little press for your left heel and left big toe as you lift your right heel. So you'll feel your hips want to shift to the left. Try not to let them. Hips stay nice and level. Don't let that right one drop as you bring your right leg up to tabletop. So holding there, waistlines are both nice and even. Now from here, lower your hips, almost touch the mat, and then press straight up. Inhale as you come down, and exhale, pressing through that left heel, left big toe as you lift. So if you feel your back when you're doing this, just keep your big toe down on your right foot. Don't lift it all the way. Still tons of work for that left glute. Think about what's happening with the rest of your body. Your left knee wants to open out to the side as you're moving. Don't let it. Left inner thigh is squeezing toward your midline the whole time. Waistline stay long. 2 more like this. 1 more. Press, lift up. Stay there. Now that isometric hold, you're going to stay right here. Reach your right leg long so it's in line with your left knee, and then bend it back in. Reach it out and bend it in. Go for 4 like this. Left inner thigh squeezes toward your midline. Go for 3, reaching long. Pull it in. Last 2. And in. Last 1. Reaching out. Bring it back in. Lower your right all the way down to the ball heel. Roll all the way back to the mat. You're in neutral. Take a breath. Let's come back up. We're going to do a couple of hip rolls, keeping both feet down, just finding that center in our slide again. Roll all the way down, slow and controlled. 2 more like that. Belly button spine pressing, lifting, reaching knees, melting all the way. And 1 more. Let's come up and stay. Press to those heels. Okay, so a little extra pressure for your right heel, right big toe. Waistline as long as your left heel lifts. And give it that extra press through your right, lift that left knee up. Stay there. So left leg is in tabletop. From here, drop your hips down together. Press through your right heel, right big toe lift. Inhale down, hips down together. And press. So each time you lower, it's work, right? You're not just dropping your bum down. You're keeping everything nice and connected. Keep those waistlines long. Right glute is working as you lower. It's really working as you lift. Go 2 more like this. Control, press to that. Right heel, right big toe up. 1 more. Press up. Stay there. Now, isometric hold. You're going to stay still with your body as your left leg reaches and pulls it. Left leg, reach it out. Grip stay tight around your center and in. Very good, guys. Reach and back. Go for 3. All the way. Keep those hips as level as you can. 2 and back. Last 1. Reaching. Bring that leg back in. Toe ball heel down. Slowly roll all the way back. And to neutral. Good job, guys. Hug those knees into your chest. Have a little roll side to side there. Around. All right, and then straighten your legs out in front of you. So feet about hip distance apart or so. Reach your arms up to the ceiling. So shoulder blades flat against the mat. We're going to reach those arms back overhead without letting our ribs lift, right? Nothing in our body changes when your arms go overhead. And then arms come back up, tuck your chin, keep reaching your toes away as you come all the way up, reaching out to those toes, stacking up tall, and then come back. So starting with your hips, roll them back, ribs come back, shoulders come back, all the way, and reach. Do that again, tuck your chin in, curl it, reaching towards those toes as you come up. Stack up tall, take a breath, and then come back. So when you're there, kind of, that's a half roll back. That's what we're going to come to next time. So we're not going to come all the way up. We are going to come just to that little halfway point. Stay when you're halfway. Keep those ribs tight around your center. Keep your belly button pulling in. Now from here, you can bring your right leg up. Keep your body nice and still, and then reach out. Left leg up. And reach. Ribs stay tight around your center. Even weight on your hips to move those legs. And in. And out. Move to your right and open. and in. Left in, open out. That's it. Right in. And back. Left in. Even weight on those hips. Very good, guys. One more right. Reach. And back. One more left. Reaching back through center and come all the way back. Reach those arms way up overhead. Have a nice little stretch. And then we're going to roll onto our left side. Left arm is straight underneath you. Legs are both straight underneath you as well. So left fingertips reaching away from your toes. Left ribs are a little bit lifted off the mat. All right. You can have your right hand in front of you. Let's just not put all our weight into it. So we're going to start with just our top leg. So our right leg is going to lift to about hip height and then stay there. So your pelvis is staying totally still. Your low abs are working to keep it that way. We're just going to circle our right leg around. As you're circling, you're trying to minimize the movement in the rest of your body. So definitely minimize the movement in your hips with your core, right? Also think about what's happening in your upper body. Are you tensing through your neck, through that left arm, even through your right arm to keep yourself steady? Try not to. So you can try not to by making your circles a little smaller. Just bring your attention to your neck if you're feeling tension through there. Let's go 2 more this direction. And then 1 more pause, go back the other way. Now think about this right leg. As you're circling it, are you moving your foot around or are you really moving from your thigh? Think about moving that thigh one, that's your femur. Circle it around in that hip socket for 4. Go for 3, all the way around, go for 2. Go 1 more and then stay at about hip height. Now from there, reach out through your left toes, squeeze your left leg in to meet your right. Now your toes are reaching away from the top of your head. Legs stay together, lower them to a hover, and then lift back up. So just that little hover, and then that little lift. So again, each time you lift your legs, you press into your neck or into that left arm, maybe even into your left ribs. Try not to, right? Your legs lift, your thighs lift in fact, and your thighs lower. Your abs are working to keep you nice and steady. So feel that belly button to spine idea. You've got 3 more. You've got 2, squeeze. 1 more, squeeze up and then stay. So toes are reaching away from the top of your head. Scissor your legs just maybe 4 inches apart, 1 leg forward, 1 back, and then switch. So as you're scissoring, again, your pelvis is staying still. Your upper body is nice and relaxed. Your legs are staying lifted as they scissor. They're going to want to drop down, right? They're getting tired. Gravity is pulling them down. Keep them lifting. You'll really feel your right obliques connect. Go for 4, don't let them drop. Go for 3, maybe lift a little higher. Go for 2. Last one, finish with your bottom leg forward and stay right there. Bottom leg forward up an inch and down an inch. So it's up an inch with a pause and then down an inch. Tiny inch, pause, tiny inch down. Go 6 little ones and control. You're working as you lift, you're working as you lower. Up and control. Last 3. Control, go for 2. You're ready, 1 more little lift up, legs together, and then lower all the way down. Good job, guys. Okay, now bring your heels underneath your bum. All right, so right hand on your right hip. Let's really make sure we're keeping track of our hips. We don't want them to move. We're gonna lift our right leg up just as high as we can keep our hips still. So again, that's back to core, right? If we're not using our core, our hips are gonna fly around. Slowly lower that leg down to a hover and then go back up. So you're gonna go up, little squeeze at the top, control, keep working all the way back. Up, little squeeze, control, back down. So 4 more here. Feel your core connect each time you lift that leg. 3. Control, good job, guys. 2. Control, 1 more lift up and then stay. And you're going to extend your leg from there. Kick out, bend in, and then back to that clamshell all the way down. So you're gonna go clamshell up, extend your leg from there, bend it in, and control down. Your hips stay still as you do that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, up. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Good job. 3 more like this. Up, reach, keep that knee lifting and down. Last couple. Up, reach, in and down. Last one. Let's go up, reach, in and down, and then come up and stay at the top. Okay, so now teeter totter, knee down, foot up. Oh, sorry, keep your leg bent and stay at the top there. Knee down, foot up, and then foot down, knee up. So that's medial rotation and then lateral rotation. As you're doing that, your hips don't move. No rolling on your hips. Keep them still. Exactly. Even if it means a smaller range of movement. Femur turns in and out. Go 4 more. In and out. 3 more. Can you feel how your core is working here too? Last 2. And out. Last 1. In and out. And then just lower all the way down. Lovely. Come onto your back. Let's give our right glute a little stretch out. So right foot in front of your left knee. Hug behind that left knee nice and tight. Stay neutral even for your stretch there. So keep your tailbone heavy, hug your left knee in, but don't let your body just kind of round. Keep that nice and long spine. So nice. And then let's go. Same thing, other side. So you'll start with your straight legs. Toes, again, reaching away from the top of your head. Right arm is nice and long. Waistlines are long, so your right ribs are not pressing down. They're going to stay a little bit lifted. Both waistlines are the same length, right? Let's start with our top leg lifted up to about hip height. Stay there, and then you're just going to circle. So just smooth little circles, keeping your pelvis as still as you can. So it might feel harder on this side, might feel easier. Just work in that range where you are able to stay stable, right? That's the whole idea. Your core is stabilizing you as that left femur circles around. So remember what we said on the other side, right? If you're feeling tension in your neck, if you're feeling tension in that right arm, try to make your circles a little bit smaller. Bring the work back to where the part of your body that you're moving, right? You don't want to be feeling tension in your neck just to make a nice big circle. Now let's go back the other way. And by nice big, I don't mean anything. It doesn't need to be big at all. You can see mine are tiny, right? Really thinking about keeping my pelvis still, keeping my upper body relaxed as that leg circles. Go for 3. Go for 2. Last one, hold it about hip height. Now if your left hand is in front of you, make sure you don't just drop all your weight into it. You're gonna squeeze your right leg up to meet your left and then stay there. Legs are together, they're one piece. You're gonna lower them to a hover and then you're gonna lift them back up. Lower your legs to that little hover and then lift them back that bit. So as your legs lift, we're not thinking height really at all. We're thinking length. Our toes are reaching away from our right fingertips and the top of our head, right? Feel that oppositional pull in your body. You're working as you lift. Are you still working as you lower? Don't let gravity just drop those legs back down. Got it, your thighs are connected the whole time. One more lift up and stay. Now scissor your legs about 4 inches apart, one forward, one back, and then switch. So you could wiggle all over the place when you're doing this, right? Try not to keep that core connected. Your legs are scissoring back and forth. Doesn't matter how far, your toes are constantly reaching away from the top of your head. 3, and switch. Let's go for 2. Keep those legs lifting. Don't let them drop. Last 1. Scissor. Finish with the bottom leg forward. Bottom leg forward up an inch and down an inch. So both legs lift up that little inch, pause, and 1 inch down. Little inch, pause, and down. Go for 5. Squeeze, and down. 4. Little squeeze, and down. 3 more. Up, and down. Last 2. Up, and down. Last 1. Squeeze them up. Bring them together, and then lower all the way down. Good job, guys. Okay, and then heels underneath your bum. Lie flat on that right arm again. Nice and relaxed through your upper body. Right ribs are staying a little bit lifted. And you're neutral, right? Waistlines are long, your tailbone is sticking out that little bit behind you. From there, lift your top knee up. Don't let your hips move. And then slowly control down to that little bit of a hover. So lifting up, have a pause, and then control as you come down. So feeling that your sitting bones stay wide the whole time. Your tailbone is sticking up that little bit behind you. Just like when we were lying on the mat, we have that little teeny space behind our low mat. We want to maintain that as we work even on our side here. Get up to that high point, little pause, control, keep working as you lower. Control, keep working, 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 and then come up and stay. Hold at the top. Now you're going to extend your leg, kick it out, bend it in, and then control back down. Clamshell, go through the whole thing. So clamshell up, extend that leg, reach, don't move your knee, bend it in, and then lower down. So yeah, that's an isometric hold at the top, right? So you want to keep your knee as still as you can, bend it in. Yeah, good. Go 5 more like that. Up, reach, hips don't move in, and down. Now, as you extend your leg, do your right ribs press down? Don't let them. Even if that means you can't extend your leg fully, don't let those ribs press down. Keep them lifting. Waistlines are completely even the whole time. They're both long. Reach in, and then you have 1 more like this. Up, reach in, and then stay. So now you're going to do that teeter-totter, bend that knee in, yeah. Knee down, foot up, and then foot down, knee up. So it would be really easy to do that kind of a thing, let your hips dance around. Don't let them knee down, foot up, foot down, knee up. Neutral the whole time. And back. Again, even if it kind of minimizes your range a little bit by keeping your hips still, that's what you want to do. Yeah, looks really good, guys. Go for 4 like this. Down and switch. Go for 3. Down and switch. Last 2. In and out. Last 1. In and out. And then just lower all the way. Okay. Come on to your back again. Give that left foot a little stretch out. Hug your right knee in tight. Try to stay neutral again, even for that stretch. Ribs stay tighter on your center. Tailbone is heavy. Use your arms to pull your right leg in as opposed to just rounding your body all the way forward. Good job, guys. Okay. And then from there, come up to a 4-point kneel. So hands under your shoulders, knees under your hips. Nice long waistlines. So when you're here, your spine is as long as it can be, right? So the top of your head is reaching away from your tail. We want to try and maintain that, but don't drop this, don't just collapse everything down. Stay nice and long. Press evenly into your palms so that these lats and serratus are working to keep you nice and steady. Press evenly into your knees as well. So think of that downward pressure. Now from here, without letting your weight shift, you're just going to kick your right leg out. So I'm pressing into my left knee as I my right leg out, so my weight doesn't shift. Keep that left knee pressing down. Now from here, lift your right leg up, reach right toes away from the top of your head. Take a peek down at your left knee. Has your hip shifted outside, or are you able to keep your left hip on top of your left knee? That's where you want to be. Now from here, left hand, let's bring it to our left hip. Or across your tummy, wherever feels good. From there, you're just gonna bend your right knee and it's almost gonna touch down. And then you're gonna kick it straight out. So as your right knee comes in, nothing changes in your body. Your waistline stays long. Your hips do not shift to the left. Stay stable as you come in and reach. Now, each time I kick my right leg out, I'm pressing a little bit more into my left knee to help engage that left side body. Try that. If that helps you stay more stable. 2 more like this. In, press, reach. And then 1 more. Let's go in, press, reach, stay. Now extend your left arm all the way out in front. You're going to bring your knee and you're going to bring your arm around your spine, pull all the way into a little cat stretch, and then reach back out. So just to a long line, not arching the other way. Tuck your chin, scoop those abs as you pull in and reach. Pull for 4, all the way. And reach. 3 more. Last 2. And then 1 more, come all the way in. Reach, long step back, left hand down, right knee down, and then sit back to a shell stretch. You can open your knees out a little bit like before, be heavy, let your tailbone be heavy down towards the ground, fingertips reach away from your tailbone. With your exhale, think of letting your tail be a little bit heavier, letting your arms reach a little further. Hey guys, so we climb back up. We're still going to be moving our right leg. This time we're going to bring our left elbow down. So your left hand can reach across towards your right hand there. Make sure your left elbow is pretty much underneath your left shoulder. All right. And then press into your left elbow just like we did with our palms to engage that lat and left lat and straight is there. Now from here, kick your right leg out again. Notice how your hips just want to shift to the left. Try not to let them. You've got a great view of your left knee. Make sure it's under your left hip. Everybody make sure you're looking in towards your left wrist this time. So your chin is tucked in a little bit. And then reach through your right toes, lift that leg up to about hip height or so. Now from here, you're going to immediately rotate your right knee, your right leg. So right knee points towards the left. Bring it behind your left. And then laterally rotate, turn your right knee to the right side as you kick out. So medially rotating as you come in, laterally rotating as you kick out. It doesn't matter how far across you bring your leg as you bend it in. Just try not to let your hips shift with you. So right knee in medial rotation, not letting your hips shift to the left, kick out in lateral. But waistline stay long the whole time. Your body is neutral. You got it. 3 more. In with control, medial, out and lateral. Last 2 in. Keep pressure through that left knee. You should feel your left glute meet, that little side glute muscle. You got 1 more. In. Press, reach right on out. And then bend that leg in. Again, sit back to that shell stretch. Open those knees wide. This time, walk your hands over to the outside of to the right side of your mat. Sorry. Really reach up with your left fingertips. Let that left side body have a good stretch out. So now think left fingertips kind of reaching away from your the left side of your tailbone. So feeling that length through the left side of your body. And then walk those hands back through center. You're going to come back up, switch this way. So then we will start all over. Hands again under your shoulders, knees under your hips. You're neutral, so you're not here, you're not here. You're gonna press your hands through the mat to engage those lats and serratus. Let's kick our left leg out this time. So reach for your toes. Before you lift it up, take a peek down at your right knee. Is your weight shifting? Don't let it. Right knee stays under your right hip. Left leg floats up, reach your toes away from the top of your head. Bring your right hand up to your right waistline, cross to your left, whatever feels good, or keep both legs down, both hands down, sorry. Say that on the other side. Now we're just gonna tap your knee down, barely touch the mat, and then kick and reach out. So remember, your left leg is moving, but we're really thinking about our right side as well. So each time you go to kick your left leg out, press your right knee into the mat that little bit. That helps engage that right glute, right oblique line. In and reach. Control in and reach. No movement in your spine. The top of your head is reaching away from your left toes when that leg is extended. One more here. Let's kick out and reach. Now from there, extend your right arm in front. We're gonna finish a little cat. Bend your arm, bend your knee in. That's your right arm, left knee. And then reach all the way up. Nice long line with your body. Do that again. Scooping, rounding, belly button right up to the ceiling. And out. Don't forget about your head. Tuck your chin. You're looking right in towards your belly button as you scoop. And reach for 4. So scooping up, rounding as much as you can, and then back to that nice long line. 3. What's happening with those hips? Are they shifting to the right? Don't let them. Keep that right knee under your right hip. Reach, last one, in. Reach all the way. Right hand down, left knee down. Sit back to that shelf stretch. Knees open out, arms in front. Feel deep, nice and heavy for 2 more nice deep breaths. And then, when you're ready, climb on up. All right, so now your right elbow is going to be down. Reach your right fingertips across towards your right hand. Make sure your right elbow is still underneath your right shoulder, so you're still nice and lined up. Just when you bring your elbow down, you can probably feel your weight in your hips wants to shift to the right. Remember, you're not going to let it. So press into your right knee a little bit. Kick your left leg out. Take a peek. Is that right knee still under your right hip? Squeeze that right inner thigh toward your midline to keep that connection, and then extend that left leg out behind you. All right, so now we're coming into medial rotation. Left knee points to the right side behind your right knee, and then left knee points to the left side as you extend it back. So slowly in with control, waistline stay long, slowly extending out. You're still nice and controlled. In and reach. And you're looking in towards your right wrist, right? Keep that chin tucked in slightly. In and reach. 4 more. In and reach. 3 more. Nice and controlled. And out. Last 2. Control. Keep pressure through that right knee as you extend back. Last 1. In. Squeeze back, and then bend that leg all the way in. Sit yourself back. This time, walk your hands over to the left side of your mat, really reaching up for your right fingertips. Right hip stays nice and heavy. Guys, and then walk those hands back through center. You're going to come all the way down to a just lying flat position. Hands wide, wider than that, I'm going to say. So about shoulder height with your hands. Your legs can be as wide as the mat. And then just let your nose kind of cover off the mat. So you're just, let it touch, just relax through the back of your neck. Your neck is nice and long. I'm going to turn my head so you can hear me properly. But you guys are going to stay looking straight down. So think about what's happening in your body. You should be able to kind of be relaxed in this position. So your shoulders can kind of round forward. Your rib cage is a little bit heavy. Your core is just relaxed. Your legs are heavy. So let's start from the bottom, work our way up. So we're going to start by reaching our toes away from the top of your head. So just feel a little bit of energy through your legs. Think about your core connecting just a little bit, not in like an grippy kind of way, but just feel your belly button gently pulling into your spine. Then think about your ribs tightening up around your center. Think about those collarbones being wide as your shoulder blades slide slightly together on your back. And then let's think of having a marble just in front of our nose. We're going to roll it away just maybe 2 little inches as we begin extending up through our upper spine. So reaching the top of our head away from our toes when we're up here. Take a breath so you're not looking forward. You're still looking down at that marble that you just rolled. Take a breath here and then slowly melt back down. So as you're coming down, you're letting your ribs get a little bit heavy, one at a time, all the way, keeping those collarbones reaching forward until that nose hovers off the mat. And then let's do that again. So reach through your toes, ribs tighten up, core connect, shoulders slide down and away from your ears. Lead with your nose, reach the top of your head and your collarbones way out over the front edge of your mat. Holding there, take a nice breath again. If you feel your low back, don't come quite as high. And then slowly come all the way down. It's not going to be a huge movement for most of us. Okay? Again, let's reach through those toes, core connects, ribs tighten up. Slide those shoulder blades together and down on your back. And then start extending. So extension Pilates is way more about length than height. So we're thinking of a long line through our spine as we just gently lift. Slowly coming all the way down. We're going to go one more, just like that. Toes reach, core connects, ribs tighten up, collarbones, the top of your head reach forward. As you roll that little marble away. Take a nice deep breath at the top. And then as you exhale, let each one of those ribs press down all the way. And then you can just press into your hands, press yourself back to that shell stretch one more time. I think for one more nice big breath here. And then come back to seated. So feet about hip distance apart. Sitting nice and tall. Keep this part, legs bent down, and then just reach your arms straight out. So shoulders away from your ears, collarbones are nice and wide. Ribs on top of your hips. We're gonna just do that little scoop back. So just that little half roll back. Hold when you're there. Now from here, bring your right leg up to tabletop. Hips don't move. And then just bring it back down. And then pull up. And bring it back down. So hips stay totally still. This in a sec. Everything is the same from right to left in your body. One more right. And down. One more left. And down, and then lift your right and stay. And you're gonna roll all the way down, keeping your right lifted, keeping your waistline the same as you roll down. Your spine presses into that mat. Come all the way down. Keep that leg that little bit bent and off the mat. Reach your arms overhead. You're ready? We're gonna come up. So extend your left leg. So it's now straight. Your right leg is bent. As you come up, tuck your chin. Keep both waistlines even as you roll. You're reaching through your left toes. Come back to that little half roll. Stay when you're there. Drop your right foot down. Bend your left in. Stay. Left leg will float up. take a breath, lower it back down. Right leg up, keeping that little scoop, and down. Let's go left again. And down, one more right. Even right on those hips, keep it even, left leg up, stay even as you roll back. Nice and controlled, all the way, all the way. Reaching arms, keep your left leg bent, reach your right leg long. This time let's come up, keeping that left leg long, belly button to spine, rolling, rolling, reaching up. Take a breath, lower your left, bend your right in. Now we're gonna come down, keep both legs a little bit light. So just toes, roll down. Reach all the way back. Now, as we come up this time, we're gonna lift both legs into a teaser. So you can be in a bent leg teaser, you can be in a straight leg teaser, whatever feels good. Tuck your chin, you can keep both legs down, doesn't matter. So you're up there, that's a bent leg teaser, straight leg if you want. And then slowly melt back. So as your mid-back touches, your toes are gonna come down. Rolling, rolling, toes down. Reach those arms back overhead. Thank you. And bend your straight, doesn't matter, toes can stay down all the way. Squeeze those inner thighs together as you come up. Holding there, take a nice breath. Again, slowly melt down. Toes, reach those arms back overhead. And then stay right there. You're gonna grab your squish ball. Last little bit, guys. Weights by your side. You can use it if you want. You don't have to. Squishy ball's gonna go underneath your tailbone. So feet about hip distance apart. All right, and you're neutral on top of that ball. So the ball is way further down towards your tailbone than it is towards your low back, right? Okay, and it's nice and even on both sides. So from here, let's reach our right arm up to the ceiling. Press your right shoulder blade into the mat, and then do the same with your left. So left arm up, left shoulder blade presses into the mat. So from here, just keep your feet down. If you want, you can lift your heels, so you're just on your toes to start, and then just open your right arm to the side, and then press back up. And then just your left arm to the side, and press back up. So feel how this is the exact same way we started class, except we're doing this with our legs, right? So as your left knee or as your left arm opens out, do your hips, do your knees kind of shift to the right to counterbalance you? Or does that right arm open to the right to counterbalance you? Try to keep your weight totally centered down your midline as those arms switch from side to side. Nothing else in your body is changing, right? We're gonna lift our legs in a second. If we're moving, it's gonna be hard to stay steady. One more left. Bring that arm back up. Now stay. From here, pop your right leg up to tabletop. Right knee above your right hip. Ready, lefty up as well. So both legs in that nice little tabletop. Keep your shoulder blades flat against the mat. Keep your ribs tight around your center. Now from here, same deal, arms, right arm out to the side. Maybe you can open it as far, doesn't matter. Left arm to the left side. And back in. So as your right arm opens, tighten up those ribs that little bit around your center. Keep that core connected. Left arm out, nothing else in your body changes. And back up. One more right. And up. One more left. Back up. Stay. Now from here, can you reach your right leg in front? Reach, don't let your left knee come in closer. And then come back. Left side body lengthens as you reach. And back in. Let's go right all the way. And in, and then left all the way. And back in. Now can you add arms? You're gonna reach your right arm overhead with your right leg. And then come in. Left arm overhead, left leg. And back in. Again, reaching, abs deepen as you extend. And back, doesn't matter how low your leg goes. You feel your back, don't reach reach. Fight that low, don't extend your leg, doesn't matter. One more right and right. All the way in. One more left and left. Back in, stay. Now from here, you're gonna reach both arms overhead. Don't let anything else change. Don't let those knees creep in closer to your chest. Both arms back up. Ribs do not move, right? Arms move overhead. Ribs stay tight around your center. Obliques are holding them in nice and tight. Keep your arms shoulder distance apart as you reach. Keep them shoulder distance apart, not letting that back arch off the mat. Add some legs if you want. Legs can reach away from your arms. They don't need to extend. They don't need to go low. Just a little reach is a ton of low abs. Reaching that bit. And in. Keep that connection for 4. Just do the arms, just do the legs, doesn't matter at all, whatever works for you. 3, little reach, very good, you guys. And in, last 2. And back, ready, one more like that. Reaching away, back in, stay, lower your right foot, lower your left foot. Lower those arms, press into your heels, lift those hips right on up, roll all the way down. Hug those knees into your chest, have that little roll around one way and the other. And then let's go on up. Come back to a 4-point heel. We're just going to do a little stretch sequence here. So hands under your shoulders, step your right foot back. Really reach through that right heel and then step your left foot out. Reach both heels away from the top of your head and then tuck your chin, scoop those abs, press yourself back to a downward dog there. Heels can drop low. Lift them up nice and high. And heels. And more. Then walk your heels up, drop your right heel. Bend your left knee. Switch. 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 And then lift both heels nice and high. Come back into that plank. So just pulling your body forward. Bring your right foot in. Step it down. However you need to get it there. And then you can keep your left knee bent. Or you can keep your left knee lifted, or you can pop it down. I'm just going to hang for a little stretch there. So give your left hip flexor that little bit of a stretch out. Just sinking your hips forward. For a nice couple of minutes. That's fine, nice and long, no arching. And then step your left hand in beside your right leg. Or beside your right foot there, and then reach your right arm up to the ceiling for a little stretch. Just as far as that feels good. And then step your right hand down, bring your right leg out. Drop that down for a little bit, stretch. And down as far as that feels good. As then curl your left toes under. Step your right foot back. So you're back at that plank. Step your left foot forward. Knee can drop down. Letting that hip flex have a little stretch out. And as far as that feels good. And then you can step your right hand in beside your left arm up. Lift this down there, feel good. And then step that left hand down, drop your left knee down, and come down to that little hip stretch. And then just walk those hands back in, you guys. Curl those right toes under, left toes back. Press yourself back to that downward dog one more time. And then just drop your heels, walk those hands in. And then just press your heels through the mat as you stand yourself. Nice work, guys. Namaste. Wonderful rainy day. Bye, guys.